with Chase Me Channel Movie Reviews here. Right now it's time to cut loose because I'm reviewing a remake of a 1984 classic, Footloose! Woo! But before I review it, go ahead and take a look at the clips from this morning.
Just arrived at the theater. Footloose, here I come.
Footloose, Footloose, everybody come Footloose, yeah! Ren McCormick, played by Kenny Wormald, moves into a small country town where they have banned loud music and dancing implemented by Councilman and Reverend Moore, aka Dennis Quaid. And because Ren is a natural-born groovy dancer, he does not stand for this and he challenges those city ordinances. Plus he falls in love with the Reverend's daughter, Ariel, played by Julian Hugh. They put a little bit more emphasis on why the music was banned in this movie, and there's a few modernizations like iPod and some rap music, but besides that, the whole storyline pretty much sticks to the original. I've always enjoyed the story of Footloose, but there is one part that they changed in this movie that I didn't like. In the original, they play a game of chicken on tractors. In this one, they decide to race buses, which wasn't quite as cool. Since I like the plot of Footloose and it wasn't that much change in this movie, I give it a 7 out of 10. This whole movie is about dancing, so I was hoping for some killer music in it where they dance all crazy, but the selection was kind of poor and I didn't really like the music as much as the music in the original. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when he gets all upset and goes into a warehouse and starts doing some parkour slash dance slash gymnastics, and he's like, he starts throwing stuff, The original was really awesome. This one was kind of cool, but the music selection was really lame. I like White Stripes, but it's not a dancey kind of song. Anyways, the music wasn't quite as good as the original, so I give it a 3 out of 10. Kenny Wormald was good. Not as good as Kevin Bacon. Julian Hugh was okay, not that spectacular, whatever. They didn't really have that great of chemistry, and I didn't really connect with their characters like I did in the original, and that's why I give it a 4 out of 10. A lot of movies do this. They have a really serious storyline, but then they throw in a goofy character and it makes it kind of funny. And they did that in this movie. You see this guy right here? He's a funny guy. I like him. He's a funny guy, you know? There was a few funny parts in this movie. I'm not gonna give them away. Besides, I don't really remember them. And this little goofball was just a hoot. So, comedy gets a 10 out of 7. Whoa, 7 out of 10. The only real action scene in this movie was the bus race, which you already know that I didn't really like. But the real treat was all the dancing, which I think can be considered as action, right? Kind of, they're not just sitting still talking. The dancing was about as good as the original. Not amazing or anything like that, whatever. I give it a 5 out of 10. So did I like this movie as much as the original? Well, not really, because I like the original better still. They probably could have waited a couple decades before they brought this movie back. It was only made in 1984, which isn't that long ago. I don't really have a bunch of complaints about this movie except for the music selection and a couple scenes. But it just wasn't really that necessary to be remade. But to say the least, it was entertaining, well done, and I give it a 6 out of 10.
So was it as good as the original?
About the same.
About the same, okay.
Yeah. Can't say that it's better.
Can't say it's better? Is it as good as original?
It's as good.
Yes. So they're about equal?
Yes. No.
Not as good as the original?
Probably not. I enjoyed that though. I just wanted to get up and dance.
Yeah.
Out of a 10-star rating, what do you guys give it? Up to a 10.
I don't know, probably 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Oh, I'd give it like a 7 or 8.
7 or 8?
8.
An 8? An 8 out of 10?
About 9.
About a 9?
I would give it a 10. I
Give
mean,
it a 10,
it's
alright.
a musical. I mean, it's a
So it was that
10 for a
good?
musical. Yeah.
Alright.
It was excellent.
Question I have for you this week is, who is hotter, Kenny Wormald or Kevin Bacon? If you've already seen this movie and you'd like to help the other viewers out, put a thumbs up if you liked the movie, put a thumbs down if you didn't, and please subscribe to me if you like this channel and you want to see more. Chase me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you next week. But they did pull it off really cool, and I liked the fight scenes of the robots. Just